Welcome, everybody, to another episode of Inside Scoop with Alex and Jeff. I am Alex Dingman.
I'm Jeff Doss. Welcome, guys, insiders, everyone. Thank you so much for joining us. And as you see, we have a special guest with us, the man, Mr. Team Legend himself, Tony Homsani. How you doing, sir?
Hello, guys. Very good. Thanks for the invitation. Good to see Alex and Jeff. And let's do this. I'm really happy.
Yes, sir. Me too.
We're
me
honored
too.
that you came on. I mean, Jeff and I have been talking for a while about having you on, and it was like this was the perfect time. It was ideal. We're just so grateful that you did it. But Jeff, let's not forget to mention our sponsor. Who are we sponsored by?
The Virtual Fight Tour.
That is right.
That's right. And we have a big event coming up in September, that Friday, the Put Up or Shut Up. Hopefully we will see some of our top team fights. Teams.
Maybe we're going to see Team Legend there.
Yeah, hopefully so.
Maybe. Yeah.
Hopefully so. And again, they're trying to get Team Legend. When I think of a team that could do all three, a senior team, a women's team, and a men's team, that's Team Legend.
And now juniors. I have juniors now.
Exactly.
Boys and girls.
That's awesome, man. We
can't wait. Like you just got them on Amazon. I got juniors. I got juniors now. Everybody else got the order. I got the order in.
That's awesome. Oh man. So yeah, I can't wait to get into talk about that. But again, I think, big ups to Jesse Ray for what he's doing for the sport and changing some things up. It was kind of funny because I was talking to one of my friends, actually my team owner, Wesley, and he's helping Abaya Williams with the tournament. And Abaya used to have a tournament. Abaya used to have a tournament years ago where it was point fighting in a cage. And then I'm thinking, man, he needs to bring that back because that's what VFT is. It's like have that event and get people used to how it is, work with those guys.
I think Jesse's work's a little better because it's like a pay-per-view event.
Oh yeah, of course. Yeah. But again, the more that you can get people to get used to it, the better, right? Then you're gonna see some things, So kind of like
Tony, you've been there. What's your VFT experience been like?
Exactly. Let's hear about it.
Amazing. I love it. I went to I think 3 or 4 events. Yeah. First of all, the talent. The talent over there was amazing. Joskar fought there. Christian, Hope. Also, Christian fought 2 times. One time was with the Jadis team.
Yeah.
And that was amazing. Look, the talent, all the things that Jesse do with the fighters, the show, they promote the fighters. People like to do that. And in times that COVID, that's one of the best things that people made to keep the sport growing.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, I mean, your guys were there, in the very first ones, so it was great to see. As we know, some controversy with our buddy Alex. Your scar getting.
I love it. I love it.
No,
I had to call you out.
Controversy because Yoskar made me eat crow. But what did you think I was gonna do? What was I gonna pick, Yoskar or Jason Borelli? It's Jason freaking Borelli.
It's right? Alex's favorite,
and he's
fighter,
one of my favorites ever. Right?
I know.
What did you think I was gonna? And it wasn't like it was a blow. They went overtime. It was overtime.
But if the program was in Venezuela, people pick Yoskar.
Yeah, of course.
I've since learned this.
Yes. Yeah. Big time.
Well, tell me a little bit about that. Like, what's point five? What's the backstory of really Team Legend, Venezuela Sport Karate? Where did you get started in all this game?
Well, Venezuela, the Venezuela Sport Karate started in 80s. My professor, Mr. Oscar Gonzalez, he's called the Venezuelan father of the sport karate. He started training. He moved to Campo. He trained karate though, Shuri Ryu, but he moved to train in Campo with Mr. Parker in 1985.
Okay.
And Mr. Oscar, yes, Mr. Oscar started coming to the Long Beach International.
Wow.
And he took that idea and he started doing sport karate tournaments in Venezuela, the biggest one. 2,000 competitors in the same area, 25, 28 areas at the same time. And he created an organization like NASCAR, but in Venezuela, with tournaments around the country.
What's that called? What was that called? What was
Yeah,
that?
the call is in English is Venezuelan Martial Arts Organization.
Okay.
And in Spanish is Organización Venezolana de Artes Marciales. Okay.
All right.
Yes.
Yeah. In that league, they create a lot of amazing fighters like Beloris brothers. They are now in the United States. Lois Hernandez is one guy who's living in the United States, but when he came to the United States, he have an amazing fight with Mafia Holloway, the different guys. And that was a good beginning of the sport career. When Mr. Oscar died in 1990, this organization died and new organizations born, but always promoting the sport career. Okay?
Okay.
In 1991, I came to the United States to find a new professor of American Kempo, and I Mr. Reyes, and I start coming to the United States. Yes, to start training with him in American Kempo, and also I came for my first tournament in the United States.
And about what year is this that you were training with
91.
Manny Reyes?
91. 1991.
Okay,
yeah.
I got you.
Yes, I think I am one of his oldest students.
You're one of his oldest students. Okay.
Yeah.
Awesome.
I trained with him and never stopped.
That's awesome. What tournament was it that you came over for? Your first tournament over here? Do you know?
My first tournament in the United States was the Pan American in 1991.
Okay.
I came 1991, 1992, 1993, and I say, "Wow, what is the biggest tournament in the United States?" And I make the research and I say U.S. Open. And my parents, my dad support me a lot. I say, okay, let's go to U.S. Open. And my dad paid the tickets from me, Apache, and my professor. And we came to the United States to fight in U.S. Open. And that was my first NASCAR tournament. When I saw this tournament, I say, wow, we need to do something in Venezuela. And we start learning again because the fight was a little different, much faster. You know, in Venezuela, the judges stopped the fight a lot. Judges scored the point, boom, and the fight was too slow. And we tried to change this.
Awesome. Okay. All right. Well, that's something I know that I want to.
Yeah, that's pretty different.
Like what you said it was slower. At that time, I'm sure it's changed now to be more like NASCAR rules, right?
Yeah. We tried to change that.
But at the time, was it 2-minute fights or was it 1st to 5 or no time?
Look, it's 2 minutes fight, only 3 points, everything 1 point.
Everything 1 point. Okay, so real old school.
But to get a point, come on, you need to break the ribs.
Yeah.
You need to retract the leg really good.
Right.
You know, like really, really strong rules.
Now, Tony, you were, like you said, very involved with the Ed Parker style. Was that something and I've met a lot of people from Venezuela that are into that and very high up and that competed not just in sport karate, but in the Kempo organization, right? And going to Kempo tournaments and competing over.
Yeah.
How did that start?
Yes. When Mr. Oscar died, the highest ranks, like my professor, Mr. Jose Aponte, other professors, they opened their own organizations. And they create the American Kempo Federation in Venezuela. Okay. And they have their own circuit. The fighting style is our sport karate fighting style. But
except
also they include, no groin kicks.
Oh, no groin kicks? Okay.
No groin kicks. No, the same rules like us, same rules, sport karate.
Okay.
But they include the Kempo division, the Kempo Form divisions, and also the self-defense division.
Okay.
But it's a big group of people. They have one association in each state. It's like a Taekwondo federation, but American Kempo Federation.
Yeah.
The Kempo in Venezuela is too big.
Yeah, it's huge. I've met actually competed against the guy who won the in the past had won the Forms World Championships in that organization before several years ago in Mexico. And his name is it's not on my, I can't remember right now, but it was about 2011, 2012, 2013. But he was from Venezuela as well. They went to the Ironman tournament that Luis, not Jimenez, the other one from
Luis Jimenez, yes, from Mexico. He's another good guy of American camp.
But another one that that's the other Luis from northern Mexico. Anyways, he had fought team fighting with Yoksar in the World Championships and team fighting.
They won in England.
Yes, and the one when they were in England. So this organization goes all over. It's not just in Venezuela or Mexico. Like they'll have it in Ireland, right? They'll have it in England. They'll have it in Mexico. So really cool. The Kempo has its own one. So, but it's very similar to what we do.
Yeah. The fighting style in Venezuela of the Kempo fighters is like us.
Okay. Awesome.
Yeah.
Now, yes, sir. Go ahead and to the next thing where you're going
to. I'm soaking all this in. This is great stuff.
Yes. Then new organizations born in Venezuela to promote the sport karate, and we bring a lot of United States fighters to Venezuela. I started my tournament in 2000, and we bring people like Yari, Raymond, Mike Pompeo, Rene Perot. All of them went to Venezuela, and we learned a lot of them. They make seminars around the country, and the first time that they went, people say, wow. Then 2 years later, they say, what happened here? Mm-hmm. Because that was really hard. They need to fight hard, and everybody wants to fight with them. This is a funny story. Okay. Maybe you saw Ricky Perry in lightweight division, and maybe in Venezuela sometimes they don't follow the rules with the weight in, like at some NASCAR tournaments.
Yeah.
And when you call lightweight division, Ricky Perry was here, and the line of fighter was really, really big. And you saw guys like Luke Heavyweight there. Hey, what are you doing here? It's not your weight. No, I want to fight with the gringo.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So they moved down
I want to fight with
fight
American guys. Yeah, because I can't go to the United States to fight with them. I want my first fight with him. I want to see if I am good or not.
Yeah, that's awesome.
And you can
what?
And you
And see,
look.
Yeah.
You can ask Raymond. You can ask Justin Ortiz. He went to my tournament one time. You can ask Leo Valdivia and say, everybody want to fight with me. Everybody want to kill me.
Yeah. So it's like some of the most intense because they have tons of people ready to fight. That's awesome. That's So several of the guys that I look up to from the 80s in my area, in the regional area, they said the same thing when, say, like a Nasty Anderson came into town, into a regional tournament. He would come in and Eddie Thomas, who was a great regional fighter, he was like, my instructor always told me, stand next to who you want to fight. Well, Nasty's here, so I'm going to go sit right next to him. When else am I going to be able to fight him, And of course, back then, that's how it was. You just, whoever you stood next to, that's where you fought. They just, but it's that same mentality.
You and you.
Yeah. That's awesome because we've heard from other areas that it's been the opposite. When someone big comes in, maybe
people
everyone
duck and dodge,
Hey, Kyle, how are you, buddy? Yeah. So it's really cool to hear that's different than that. I mean, I wouldn't expect it to be any different with people in Venezuela. I mean, every fighter that I've met has just been ready to fight. And we see that now with your team because they go everywhere. You guys go everywhere. So, and I know we're going to get into that in a second. What was the big difference for you competing in the States compared to Venezuela fighting?
Right now, I think the organization.
Okay.
The organization, and in NASCAR, you have, it's like a major league of karate. Yeah. Mm-hmm. You have the best fighters of the world here. Maybe you can find fighters from from Europe, from South America, from Central America, also from the United States. In my country, we have talent, but no 80% of the fighters are really good. Okay, right now, you know why? Because a lot of talents move outside of Venezuela.
Yeah.
I think 80% of the best fighters in Venezuela right now is out of Venezuela.
Yes, and
We
we've noticed
have,
that over the past 5 years. Really,
yeah,
since you moved.
look, it's not only Team Legend. You can see amazing fighters now in Diamond Team with Damian. You have Luis, you have Germani, you have Ibrahim. Ibrahim was my student. You have Brian in Proper. You have Robert, my student now in Velocity. You have a lot of fighters in different teams. And when you saw the divisions, they put the flavor in all divisions right now. Also, the Mexican fighters. A lot of Mexican fighters are fighting now here. A lot of Guatemalan fighters are fighting in the United States. I think this is one of the best moments of the tournaments in the United States.
I agree. And so for me, competing a lot in the NBL, I was telling people for a long time, like the fighters in Latin America are really good. You guys just don't see them enough, And for a while, the only times people would see for a long time, you saw the Mexicans and the Guatemalans only at NBL tournaments until recently. And it was just funny. I was like, no, guys, like these, you wait till you see them compete at these tournaments and they're going to do well. A great example of that is Colocho. This guy was the top guy in NBL for years. And now he's showing fighting Waco, Nazca, and being successful when he goes, as well as a Hector Solari. These guys,
Edgar.
Edgar, all these guys, and just it's really cool to see that. And same thing with Venezuela. I mean, it's just like you said, it's a great time to compete in the States, and then you add to, going to Europe. Will we see Team Legend go to some tournaments in Europe in the future?
Well, this is one of my goals.
Okay.
In the future, the problem right now here is most of my guys, they apply for asylum.
For what? Say again?
For an asylum.
Okay.
Okay, and until they be approved, they can move. They can go out of the United States.
They can go anywhere.
Yeah, or marry with an American girl.
Okay.
If they marry it and they have the citizen, they can go out. But
There's not going to do that. Are you for real?
Yeah.
Dude, listen,
I am very lucky because I have my permanent residence. When I came, I applied for a visa of extraordinary abilities in martial arts, and I was approved. I need to say public, I am very, very grateful with a lot of people that helped me with that. Mr. Larry Canahan gave me a good letter, Mr. Jadi, Mr. Joe Greenhut, Emily, Mr. Reyes, all of them give me a good recommendations. Also with my curriculum in also America, I am really privileged to have that visa. Some guys, they are waiting a lot. I was approved in 1 year. I can go out. I can go.
But you can go out of this. Okay. Out of the States.
And
okay.
you can go freely.
Yeah. I am a permanent resident, and in 2 years I can apply for my citizen. And this is one of my other goals. But my goal is go to Europe. I know. Yeah. With my old guys and also with my new guys. I am working on that.
That's awesome. Yeah. So
I want to fight with Kirali.
Yeah.
You want to fight with me?
No, he said Kirali.
Kirali.
Oh,
yeah.
Kirali. Yeah. I thought you said Alex. No, see, I was making this joke before, but it wasn't really a joke. Remember what I was saying? I was like, bro,
he's
Team Legend is like the Venezuelan version of Kirali, right?
Yeah.
In the sense that you just took a team, right, in-house, and that's your team. That's the same thing what Estevan did, right? Yeah. Now, there's some schools in the States that did that too. Right? I mean, Jesse Ray is one of them. Next level is I've been saying Jesse Ray is the best coach in the world for
Yeah.
a while. But look at Team Next Level is one of the best teams that there is.
Yeah.
Right
It's
now.
his karate school, right? And
He
there's some
built
Next Level South
he
as well.
built,
But
he built from zero his guys.
Yep, exactly. That's awesome.
Got
And
it.
that's what you're creating, there. Another one that has done that, but he has a lot of people that have kind of come to him is in the forms area, and that's Mike Welch. We say that a lot
Oh,
too,
yeah. Yep.
with Infinity, with Team Infinity. They are, most of
Yeah.
those guys are in-house or become instructors, or he brings them in, they start
Uh-huh.
a karate school. So
And shout out to Mike. Mike and Jeff Orlowski, they just had the
their
Infinity National
tournament.
Championships last weekend. Apparently it was a really good event. I wasn't able to be there.
Yes. So Tony, explain that, like, why do you think you've had success creating just a high level people from your own school?
Well, first of all, I think that I am a lucky guy, because when people sign in my school, I have a big percentage of kids with talent.
Okay.
I know what people don't have. Lucky with that, sign a lot of students, but sometimes it's hard. And I think I am a very lucky guy.
Just lucky.
The other thing, very lucky guy. Yes. The other thing is, right now, I am not the only instructor. I have Joscar behind me. I have Jose behind me. I have JP behind me. Amazing fighters, and everyone have their own style of fight.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, it's like my son. My son learned things with me, but he also learns things with Christian, and then he learned the hard things with Joscar. And when you saw my son fighting, you say, "Come on, this guy fight with different things." I am very lucky with that. And also, you need to try to adapt your training for each student. I saw a lot of schools making big mistakes because not all the guys can fight like Yari. Not all the guys can fight like Raymond.
Yes.
Not all fights can fight like Pedro Xavier because they don't have the same skill of them. You need to work in the skills that they have.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
That's it. Okay, you are a good kicker. Let's work with your kicks. Okay, you need to train some hands because you need it, but we need to potentialize your kicks or your hands or your speed or your power.
Right.
Different things. Each fighter is very, very different. You can have group of classes teaching the basic drills, the basic things, but you need, when you found a talent, you need to work individually with each one and work in his skills.
Love that. That's so true, because I feel like, especially when you have, as a martial arts instructor, you're trying to make things systemized and easy and stuff, and sometimes it's tough, but you got to find, you can't just, not everyone's going to fight the same way. And when it does, it's not as fun either. You know what I mean? It isn't. When everyone in your class fights the exact same, it doesn't help your school when they go to events, because they're used to just fighting everyone that fights just like you, So
also you need to work in the basics.
Yes, sir.
Basics is very important. I saw some schools and a white belt doing blitz, and he don't know to do a good reverse punch. He don't know to do a good back kick or a good side kick because they want to run before walk.
Yep.
And if you have a good base, come on.
Say it again for the people in the back.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's very important. Working your basics. If you threw 100 reverse punches like old school, come on, when you do a blitz with your body punch, you will hit hard and good.
Exactly.
But you need to work your basics.
Yes, big time, big time. I was telling some of the instructors the other day, I was like, listen, I just want sparring class, just stand on the pad and just do side kicks and reverse punch. That's all I care. I just want them to get those right. Like, I don't want to see sloppy technique today. Like, it's just let's just focus on that. And so I totally agree.
That can be one of the hardest ones. That actually might be one of the most creative classes if you tell them, listen, you can only do these 2 moves.
Exactly. I
Now
love
your
doing that.
creativity level has to be through the roof because you have to figure out like, all right, and it's a game within the class. All right, this guy knows I can only do these 2 moves. How in the world can I like get him to not know what I'm doing, even though he already knows I can only do these 2 moves? That's
Exactly.
when the game
Yeah.
then it's literally a game. But it's
It is.
fun.
It is.
It becomes
But it's
fun.
fun.
Then.
That's a great drill. Yeah.
But look, everybody knows that Yadi always comes with the hands. Yes.
Right. Yes.
With 1.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And,
With only 1.
okay.
With only 1.
He's coming. Pow!
Boom.
Come on.
You
But
still get hit.
How many times he did that? A lot.
Yes. He just had 100 ways to set it up. So
Yeah.
it's great.
And he was the master at it because he made you. Well, we're not gonna get into that one right now because it's not a show.
Yeah.
But he basically was so good because he made you set yourself up, which was so good. But hey, man, we've been talking about all this talent.
Yeah,
I'm really curious. Who's the most talented guy you've ever coached? And are you coaching them now?
Well,
Who's
I think
the most talented guy you've ever had?
I no doubt Joskar.
Yoskar? Okay.
Right now, yeah. Joskar is fighting in black belt scene. He's 17 years old. Right now, he's 42. 40.
Right.
And Joskar, he fought both sides. He had hands, he had legs. But the most important thing that he have is his heart. Okay?
Yep.
And come on, you can say Joskar, you will fight with the elbow in front of you. He say, I will fight. He's not afraid with anyone. Joskar fought in all South America, all Central America, Europe, some tournaments, not the WAGO tournaments, but he went to some tournaments and he won all. He won all. Joskar fought in the 90s, in the 2000 and 2010 in Venezuela, and he is the most winner of all the grand tournaments in Venezuela.
Wow.
He came when Joskar was 18 years old. I bring him to Guatemala, and he fought with all the top 10 guys. It's Bunker Real. He beat everybody, and he lost with 18 years old with Mike Pompero by 1.
Wow. Mike Pompero. Okay.
Yeah, Mike Pompero, but Mike Pompero wasn't a guy with more experience than him. He has 18 years old.
Mike Pompero.
Yes.
Yeah. No, Mike Pompero was older than Joskar. But Joskar was super lightweight. Joskar fought in all the weights. Joskar started in super lightweight, then he moved to lightweight, then light middleweight, light heavy and heavy, because when he was growing, he was always tall.
Yeah.
But skinny. And then he moved boom, and now he's 230 pounds. But he fought in all divisions and he won in all the divisions.
Wow.
The problem with Joskar was that in his best days, he can come to the United States too much time because he don't have a visa.
Right. Exactly.
Look, in 2003, we came in 2002 to Ocean State. That's the one I started with Team Legend. We went to Ocean State. And from the 6th division of the NASCAR, we won in 3. Wow. We won in super lightweight with Jean-Pierre. Jean-Pierre is one of my students.
Mm-hmm. He fought good. I like that guy.
You fought with him one time in WKC.
I know.
Yeah.
He hit me harder than I expected.
Yeah. Look, JP fought in that time with Jack Felton. He beat Jack Felton. He beat Matrix. He beat everybody in his division. He won first place, and he beat Reggie Perry in the Grands. And he went to the overall with Jaddy and Joe Green.
Wow.
We won 3 divisions of the 6. And that year, Mr. Don't really say, I won 2003 Team Legend fight with Paul Mitch. Okay? The Paul Mitchell team was Raymond, Jadi, Brian, Jamon, Raddy, Reggie Perry, Mike Pompeo, Pedro Xavier, Christopher Rodriguez, and John Payton. Look at that squad.
Yeah. I remember that was the year they brought some older guys back.
They brought some of the OGs
yeah,
back.
that's right.
Okay.
That's right.
And my team was supposed to be JP, Joscar, one guy, Fran Flores. He beat Mike Pompeo when Mike Pompeo went to Venezuela 1 year before. He beat in the first fight Mike Pompeo, and I was supposed to bring him to fight. Reynaldo, Neomar, they are all my senior fighters right now. And when we applied for the visa, and Joscar was supposed to be, I would want to bring Joscar to fight with Raymond. I think the only guy that can fight with Raymond is Joscar, because Joscar was tall, he have good kicks, he's in good shape.
And like you said, go both sides too.
Both sides.
Yep.
Yeah.
Exactly.
And that year, Joscar lose his passport in Venezuela, and he can't come. When he applied for the visa,
something like that.
come on, that was really, really bad for my team.
Yeah.
Yeah, and we can bring Joscar and Fran. We lose 2 fighters, and I need to. I am fighting in tennis now, and I said, well, I need to fight because I need another fighter. And Alex Reyes bring me one of his students to fight with us.
Okay.
And we lose, but we fight really, really good. But that was an amazing experience for us. Yeah. And we grow a lot after this time. JP beat Pedro that time. And wow. I was tied with Reggie, and the other matches we lose by 1 or by 2, but it was a good show.
That's
and
great.
Joscar, well, that is the history. Joscar came a more tournaments. He started to come again with me in 2013, 2014, and he won his division.
Yeah.
And
he's been on a streak since then. I mean, man.
Yes. And when he moved to the United States in 2017, he was a senior fighter. I talked with him and I say, hey, Joscar, some people know you, but you know what I want to do with you? I want that you still fighting in the heavyweight division. And he said me, okay, Professor, I will do it. He won a lot of tournaments in the heavyweight. He lost with Cameron. But he did amazing.
Around what year is this that you wanted him to go heavyweight?
2017.
2017. Got it.
Okay.
Yeah. He fought all 2017 and 2008. No, 2018. He fought all 2018 in the heavyweight division with 38 years old.
18 plus. Yeah. Right.
18 plus.
Yeah.
I told him, you need to do this for you.
Yeah.
If somebody don't know who is Joscar Gamez, you need to do that.
I like it. Because I remember for years we heard, about who's the best from Venezuela. It was always Joscar. I'm trying to remember, and
but
I
then
don't know.
Guys like me would look at, and I'll tell you this, because guys like me would go, maybe it was just me, but because I would for years I had heard like, oh yeah, Joscar. Oh yeah, he's the best. I'm like, well, if he's the best, where the heck is the guy? Right?
Yeah, look,
if he's the best,
you know why?
He's the best. He's not fighting.
Yeah, because when he started to come again in 2007, in 2013 or 14 to the United States, we came only to Pan Americans. Right. Because we don't have a sponsor to go to demos, to battle, to different. Correct. Only we came. Yeah. Also, is the tournament of my professor, and we save money all the year to go to the United States, and the only tournament that we came was Pan American. And in Pan American, he fought with Leo, with Kevin Walker. He fought with all of those guys.
Yeah, he always did well. Always heard about it. So, yeah. So one of the things.
And look, and now he's fighting. He fought Ocean State. He fought in 30 and 40. Yeah. Both divisions back to back, and he won first place and world rank in both.
That's awesome. So yeah,
He's 42 years old.
see,
I have a
So
new talent now. And I think they will be make their own history. But if you told me what my best guy, I think it's Oscar.
awesome.
you threw me
Awesome.
for a loop because I thought you might have said Christian.
Christian is the new generation.
Now, I
Right.
know
Christian
that.
is
And I
amazing.
just thought his
Yeah.
talent level, that kid. And here's
Yeah.
what I like about Christian. Because I feel like Christian could be even better than he is right. Oh, I know Christian could be even better. And I think what's in Christian's way is Christian. All right. Probably something you've already told him. Right.
You know,
What I love about him is he's fast, right? He moves really well. He's long and he's lean, right? When he blitzes or even punches defensively, he's so low to the ground. Like
Yeah.
he's so low. I'm like, how do you stop that? Right?
Yeah.
He's inches from the ground. How do you get under that? What are you just going like this? How do you get under it? Right? You can't,
Correct.
right? So, and he's so long that you can't, if you try to go over it, he's already got you, right?
Mhm.
yeah.
So
Yeah,
then the
and
angle game comes in, but his footwork is so good. I feel like what gets in Christian's way, stop me if I'm wrong, is that Christian maybe doesn't believe that he's actually as good as he is. What do you
no,
say
look,
to that?
he is very, very, very. He pushed himself a lot. Say, I'm not ready. I want more. But he's a tiger. He's my new blood. He's a very smart guy. He's very, very responsible with his trainings, and he likes to learn about with everybody. He listens. He listens me. He listens Josker. He listens Jose. He listens JP. Also, he listens a lot of Coca because we
Okay.
know that he is a new talent here. And you know what is the one thing of him? He don't think who is in front of him.
Okay.
This is one of the problems that of the new talent have, and he don't have that. You can put him in front of I don't know, and he say, I wanna win. He always wanna win, and he trained for that. I think this is a very important thing, and I think I would like to see him fighting with my son Tony Jr. in 7 years. I told him you will be the captain of the team because Oscar is old and JP is old, and now you will be the captain of the team legend. And my son say, I want to fight with Mr. Christian in team fighting, and that would be amazing. I think I will give Christian 2 more years to be ready to beat everyone. Look, we need to stop one.
I like it.
How old is he right now?
He's 22.
22.
He's a kid. Yeah.
Yeah.
But we need to stop 1 year with the KO that he received in Battle of Atlanta.
Yeah.
Oh, I know all about that.
Yeah.
Yeah. We need to stop at 1 year complete, and he is recovering faster and faster. But I think if he don't receive that KO, come on, because he was on fire.
He was on fire. Yeah, you're right.
He was on fire before that KO. He beat everybody pro points. He was fighting really good. He went to Virtual Fighter and won. And when he will be in good shape again, compete 100%, it will be hard to beat.
Damn.
Yeah. And I mean, I'm excited to see him recover from that and get over that hump, and like you said, he has that attitude to do it. Some will kind of shy away from it. I don't see that from him, from what I've seen in his style, and especially from hearing it from you as well. So
yeah, and now he has to start kicking a little bit.
Wow.
Yeah. So
that's a whole nother world.
Yeah. So some of the things
that off, that would be something.
mean, some of the things you even said, Alex, we've kind of said the same about Elijah, like how he gets so low and he's able to go low and he has that reach and that, I'm not saying he's exactly like that, but there are some similarities.
It's the same fighting style. Yeah. I was looking for I was looking Elijah fighting in Ocean State, and I said, "Come on, this guy fight really, really similar than Chris."
Yeah.
He could emulate. Yes, I agree. Look at this. We're having like a coaching session right now. Look
Yeah.
at this. Oh, I think he actually could. Look
Yeah.
at and now the subject matter is Christian. This is funny.
Yes,
No,
this is great.
but no, I think he really could. I think the difference is Elijah doesn't hesitate at all. Like you never. It's so crazy. Now I've never fought across from either one of them, right? But I mean, when you watch, and Tony, you know this. When you look, if you can look at a person's eyes and you see any kind of hesitation, you're almost looking at them like, "Got you. I got you. I got
Yeah.
you."
Yeah.
You're not even confident in what you're doing. I got you. Forget about it. All right. And
Yeah.
there's zero of that in Elijah. All right.
Yeah.
And Elijah will he'll just barrel straight through you. So, you know what, Tony? I want to ask your opinion on this.
All
Totally
right.
didn't anticipate this, by the way, Jeff. All right.
This is
So-
how it works.
Talking to some great fighters, and I want to know your opinion. Talking to two great fighters, right, who have two totally different opinions on this. When you're blitzing, do you bring your head off behind their backside, or do you just barrel straight through them? Like, does it matter what side they have in front, or do you just barrel straight through their chest?
I am trying to teach go by the back of your opponent.
You go behind their shoulder, right?
Yeah, because if you are a right fighter and I am a left fighter,
Right,
yes,
so chest
here.
open.
Okay, well, I don't know, but if you have your right leg and I have my right leg, I need to try to go by your back.
Exactly.
If you are a left fighter, also I need to go by your back, because if I want to stray and you have a good reverse punch, and you can catch me really hard because all my power is going forward.
So I agree with that. I've done this, and there's this great fighter who's had way more success. He's like, yeah, it's too much to think about. Just go straight for him. Just barrel your chest in. And he goes, yeah, you're going to run into the occasional elbow, maybe a punch. And he goes, just barrel straight through him. And I was just curious because I'm having this conversation with this person like, you got to be kidding me, right? But then I started employing some of that, and I'm like, man, this is kind of fun, right? But I was just curious. I just wanted to know your opinion on that. All right, that was fun.
This is my way, and this is the way that I'm trying to teach my kids now.
Awesome.
Yeah,
I love that. This is the insight we want to hear. Now, Tony, this is just a personal thing. One of the first times that I saw a team from Venezuela was at the 2001 Quebec Open. Were you a part of that, or?
Yeah.
Okay, all right.
I was there.
I'm trying to remember who was the fighter that, because I don't remember. I don't think Yoskar was there. It was that fought Trevor for the overall, I believe.
Look, this guy is one of my first member of Team Legend. His name is Reynaldo Miquilena.
Okay, yes.
Reynaldo, that time, I need to do bow with him because we won in the semifinal match in that tournament. He's my student. I say, okay, you move up, and he beat Moralitos from Guatemala that time.
Yep. Yes.
And he went to the Grands with Jason Borelli, and he beat Jason Borelli.
Yep. And then he fought Trevor.
Went to Trevor match. Well, this guy he's a team member of Team Legend. He came a lot of time to some tournaments to the United States. He won U.S. Open. 3 years ago, 2018, I bring him to Diamonds, and he beat Java 7-1.
Wow. All right.
And
I was super impressed with him, and then it was just
amazing fight.
Oh man. And I just remember everyone be like, this is the next guy. And then I started like a year or two later hearing about Yoskar. So I was making just like that. I don't think that was the same person, but it was just like, man, there was so much talent there. And I remember him beating Jason. We were like, whoa, and he beat Jason really well too.
Yeah.
Like it wasn't like, like slipped by. Like I thought he beat Jason really well. And that was when Jason was Jason.
Like that.
And that was a fun event because we did the continuous fighting team fights.
Then we fought continuous fighting too with CGB. I fought with Freddy LaPan.
Fred LaPan, yeah, that's right.
And we fought 2 rounds of continuous, really good. And Reynaldo, he never fought continuous. And the last match was before the overall, he fought with Trevor.
Yeah.
And he was fighting really good with Trevor. And say, "Hey, you are winning, Reynaldo, let's do it." And he hit so hard Trevor. And I saw the face of Trevor, and Trevor do something in his glove, and he stayed like this when Reynaldo come, and Reynaldo KO. And wake up, Reynaldo. He wake up like this. What I am? Well, he rests, and then he fought the overalls with Trevor again.
Wow. Yeah.
The Grand, yeah, because the team,
2001.
2001 Quebec Open.
Good point.
Reynaldo, he moved to the United States now. He's living close to my house. He's training with me, and he competed in Chicago, and he won first place.
Okay.
Yeah.
Which division? Which division was
40 plus lightweight.
I watched him. Okay.
Oh, I was judging that. That's right.
He beat Hakeem in the last match.
Yes,
that division. I'm telling you what.
I didn't know that was the same person. That division was awesome, and we were like, dude, this guy from Legend is awesome.
Yes, that's right. That division was on fire, and he did win. Dude, he's quick.
Yeah, he beat Hakeem that time, and Ocean State also he won first place. He had 2 tournaments in NASCAR this year, and he won in both first place.
That's great. So it's cool to see just the history of that, of the Venezuelan fighters in the beginning of Team Legend to now, and really, if you go to a NASCAR tournament, everybody knows who Team Legend is. Like I would say you guys are the most supportive team, maybe besides Team Next Level. You two guys, you two teams are probably the 2 teams that support NASCAR the most. I think that's, over the past 5 years.
An accurate statement.
That's an accurate statement, I feel like,
Yeah. And now I am coming to NASCAR with my juniors. I bring to Ocean State some underdogs, but to NASCAR tournaments, but also I have now guys fighting in juniors division. I have Natalie and Lexi in the juniors, females, and they are winning in 14 to 17 years old. They are black belts, but the boys, I have 2 guys of 14 to 17, 1 guy 12 to 13, and my son 11 and under. They are brown belts, but they are fighting now in black belts. They are not already black belts, but they start fighting in black belts. And in Ocean State, my son won first place. The other guy won first place in 12 and 13 years old. And my guy of 14 to 17 took second place. He lost with Michael Macri of K-Talk. He's an amazing fighter.
Oh, yes,
but
yes.
Of the 3 division, we took 2 first place and 1 second place. And also the girls, my daughter is in the 12 to 13 years old black belt, and he took second place, and she's doing really good. She's number 1 in Florida. And like I told you, now you will hear a lot of Team Legend, but not only in the adult division or senior division, with the junior division too.
Looking forward to it. All right, so let's get into some things that we want to talk about the sport. Thank you first for just educating us and telling us more about, Venezuelan karate and how it's all, and of course I'm sure there's more, and we'll get into that more in the future. But what would you like to see as far as some improvements in sport karate? I know that you're like we said, you're a huge supporter of NASCAR, but what are some things that you would like to see improve? As far as that goes?
I think we need to work in the organization. I know in NASCAR tournaments, in the American tournaments, people like to stay close to the ring, share your fighter. Yeah. But if we want to look good, we need to do things like WACO and other leagues, that the mat is clean, all the fighters are only the fighters next to the ring. I think we need to, we talk with, we have a coach meetings like two months ago, all the coaches have a meeting, and we want to go to NASCAR promoters fix something with the areas, the size of the areas. Also,
the rings.
we are working in come back with the prize money of before COVID. You know, we understand that with COVID division, with the COVID situation, they need to fix the amount of the black belts that now
they're there. Yeah, come on. Yeah, I mean, we're having.
They are doing that. Okay, they are
Yeah.
doing. Oklahoma State was really good. Battle of Atlanta will be really good.
Yeah.
But you know, the black belts put the flavor at the tournaments.
Yeah.
I know that they don't make money with the black belts, but
without the black belts, it's just a regional tournament.
Correct.
Yeah.
And
we put the flavor. And look, it's hard to us. Maybe we pay tickets, hotel, everything, and one guy won a first place in lightweight division. He don't receive any penny. It's really bad.
Right.
I think they need to work on that.
Correct. Yeah. I mean, we've talked several times as well about this. You know, I loved it when before it was first place money. You know, you don't have to do 100 like they used to, but $50 would be great. You know, or something. You know, just to make it where you had it, have it that way. You know, and again,
Jeff, I think the reason why maybe they can. And this is speculation. I think they can do first place money as 100. I think the forms divisions are why they can't. Because they have quintupled the amount.
There's a lot. Yeah, you're right.
Of
there's
forms
a lot.
divisions to where now it doesn't make any financial sense to do that. So fighters just get the shaft.
And the problem is, you know what would happen if they did? The divisions that would get the money would be only the 18 plus divisions, and then there would be an issue. I mean, I know that's what would happen.
Yep.
You know,
but for me, the most important thing here is try to clean the areas.
Yeah, I agree. It's the appearance, right?
Yes, and the spectators want to be a good show.
Yep.
And you know, I need to fight with my guys always. Hey, sit down, because everybody wants to coach, to cheer. I know it's the American way. I love it. But if you want something,
the American way, the Venezuelans are better at it. Are you kidding me? You can't go into. How about this? Listen, when there's the WKC parade or walk, listen, there are more Canadians and more Americans than anybody else. But you can't go anywhere that week without knowing where the Venezuelans are. We're talking about the loudest group, just proud of who they are, just being like, listen, this is who we are. This is where we are. You could be down the block and know where the Venezuelans are.
Yeah.
So you might say, it's an American thing, but I think the Venezuelans do it better.
Yeah, I know. And I always fight with my guys. Take a seat. Only one coach. But I think we need to focus on that, and we need to help on that.
That's awesome.
I agree.
That's awesome. Man, so those are some things. I know this is something that just came out, you know, and it has nothing to do with fighting or anything, but it is something that we just found out that the Battle of Atlanta is doing, is they're having something for forms. They're giving away $10,000, but we have no clue who the competitors are, what it is. I don't know. Did you hear about this? You see what they did, Tony? What's going on?
What is it called? The Kage something?
It's called the Cage, something, the Cage, or I'm not sure.
I think it's pronounced Kage.
Kage. So I don't know if the competitors are wearing masks, what's going on, but apparently we don't know who they are.
Yeah.
The judges are not going to know who they are until the thing gets completely done. So, but they're giving away.
Is it like basically it's like the Masked Singer only?
Yeah, like the Masked Singer, but
forms.
Forms.
It's gonna be hard. And I think the idea behind it is because there can be a bias if you see the person and you're like, oh, I know that guy. That guy's the bomb. I'm saving my 10 for that guy.
But if they're good, they probably have their own style.
How do you judge someone's form without knowing who that guy is?
Right. And so for me, I'm excited that they're trying to give more money to the forms competitor, because as much as people say that forms people like are on stage a bunch, when you really look at the numbers and the prize money, it's not there, you know, and it really hasn't been, you know, and it's kind of gone up and down on it. And even now there's no runner up money. I mean, it's just $500. That's it. And compared to other
total.
things, when really the forms competitor brings you more money than the fighters a lot of times, not trying to look at, but so it's interesting to me why they're doing something like this when we could just, how about let's just put the money up for our regular divisions, or do what they have in fighting, open weight, or like a open. So let's put all the open competitors in one, put all the traditional in one, let's go. Or something like that, There's a way to do it. I think that the super forms thing that they did, Ocean State, yeah, exactly.
Made something like this, yes, and that was really good.
I think that's a good way to do it.
Confusing though as well, and I don't know, Tony. Maybe you can shed the light, but it kind of felt like everybody was a fighting champion there. There was a lightweight champion, there was a heavyweight champion, there was an open weight champion, there was a super fight champion, there was a last man standing champion, and some of them were not the same, right? So it was like everybody's a champion, right? So and there was a team fighting champion. So it's like everybody was just champion.
They had a lot of divisions.
I lose you.
Yeah.
Oh, what did it feel like? So what I was saying is it felt like there was just at Ocean State, just felt like everybody was a champion. There was just so many different champions, right? Is that what it felt like to you?
Well, I think it was most opportunity for all the fighters, but I agree with you. Maybe they need to put only overall fighter. Okay, you won the open division, you won the lightweight division, you won the heavyweight division, you won the super fight division. Now all of you need to fight to see the
real
overall fight, like the Warrior Cup.
Right.
Warrior Cup, you know who is the champ.
Right. Well, and I think the confusing part was that we thought it was going to be super fights, like what we thought super fights were. You know what I mean? So really, super fights and open weight were the exact same division.
So the exact same
division. It's the same division, same rules, but different prices.
That was really confusing.
But Avery Plowden walked out with more money, and he was not the last man standing or even in the final fight. And he walked out with more money than anybody else. Isn't that interesting?
Yeah.
Okay.
So I mean, your biggest thing, like you said, keeping it clean, making sure it's presentable, which I agree. We've talked about that big time. About the presentation. As we finish up here, Tony, this has been great, man. And just, we would love, again, I feel like as we keep going and growing, we would love to have you back to talk about some other things and some events and stuff too, but what is something that, to finish this up, what's something that you would like to leave everyone knowing, either about yourself or your mindset, or what you would like to see more martial artists do?
Can you make me the question again to understand you?
Okay. Yes, sir. So what would you like to leave just our podcast, everyone like to know about Tony Homsani?
Okay. Well, first of all, the martial arts are my passion. I always learn for everybody. This is a very important thing. Try to learn for everybody. Try to learn every day something new, because everybody have to teach you something. You need to have to learn. You can learn for everybody every day. I can learn for you, Jeff. I can learn for Alex sometimes. And if you are humble to keep learning, you will be a great every day. You need to try to be better than you every day, not better than everyone. If you focus on that, you will be an amazing person, and you will have a good future. When you do something, try to do something for you. If you when I create my team, I say I want to be one of the best of the team. I don't create my team to say I want to beat Paul Mitchell, because I am focusing Paul Mitchell. I am focusing in me. Okay, I will train because I want to be the best coach in the United States. I don't need to work to beat Mr. Plowden, Mr. Conroy. I want to be my best version of me. And if you work on that, you will be successful in your life.
I love that. I love that. Self-improvement, man. Keep it going. Keep it growing. I love it. I love it.
Thank you,
Man,
guys. And thanks for the invitation and congratulations. I'm trying to listen you all the weeks.
yes, sir.
Sometimes I can make it, but always is a very, very good. Hear you, your fights, your jokes, your analysis of the fights is very good. You know, that helped me a lot like a coach. When you talk about some fights, maybe you can have your own vision or your own different point of vision, and you say, "Come on, Alex, have the reason that time," or just saying a good thing here. And I use this to train my guys.
That's
It's always
awesome.
learning me.
That's
And
awesome.
and you use this time that you can spend with your family to bring us a good show like this, and keep doing this, guys. Keep doing this. Never stop.
Thank you.
Dude,
That
thank you.
means a lot. Thank you
Yeah.
so much.
It does. Bash big
Yeah.
time. It does. So even when you mention like, oh yeah, sometimes we just crack jokes. I gotta tell you, man, it's fascinating to me that as martial artists that we do what we do, because when we come in contact with people, you know that whoever you come in contact throughout the day who aren't martial artists, you just know like you can't, and we're not ever going to be like this eye to eye because you don't see things the way I see things. Like if I'm standing sideways, I'm going to look at you a certain way because I'm so used to throwing a move this way. It's just so funny the way we think sometimes. Right?
Yeah, us as martial arts, we think differently
We
than
think
the
differently.
normal person. Yeah.
But the same reason why, like, I crack jokes all the time, right? Because I also find, and I am not this, I find comedians to be like the most interesting people on the planet, right? And think about this, Jeff, Tony, think about it like this. We have a skill set where we can perform as martial artists, where someone can be like, here, go there, do a performance. We could do that. There's something that we can do. We possess a skill that is different that nobody else can do, right? Just like a singer or a musician or anything like that. I think comedians are so fascinating because with them, it's like, just go talk. It's the same thing everybody does all day long. Yet for some reason, people like when you talk and they find enjoyment in that. It's so fascinating to me so that's why
True.
sometimes I'm like,
True.
let's put a little bit of that together. Everybody likes to have fun.
It's true. Everyone does. Everyone does.
Yeah.
Oh man, it's good stuff.
Speaking of, this has been one fun episode, and
Yes.
this has been another episode of Inside Scoop with Alex and Jeff. I am Alex Dingman.
I'm Jeff Doss. Thank you, Tony. Have a blessed night, guys.
Thank you, guys. Have an amazing night and see you soon. Okay.
Yes, sir.